Do you want to get your business in front of over 100,000 viewers every month? Advertise with 321 and enjoy the best value in local advertising while supporting free community live streams. Your message will be seen across live high school sports, morning shows, and local events, connecting you directly with engaged audiences, boosting your visibility, growing your brand, and helping us keep these broadcasts accessible to everyone for free. Partner with 321 today and watch your business thrive. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Breakfast with Ben, live here right now on Wednesday, November 13th from Pizza Place Studios, high above downtown Westerly. You're looking out at Dixon Square behind me, the Westerly Library, etc. Today, I am happy to be joined by my friend Brian Sullivan from WBLQ. Although right now, Brian, you look like you work for a multitude of different companies. What's going on, bud?
Hello, Ben Barber. Thank you for having me on your show today. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for asking over and over and over again until I finally had you on. I'm kidding. You only asked like twice.
I only asked like twice. Yeah.
But
you.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man. I think is this also Bess Eaton?
Yes, it is.
That you have? All right. So cheers to
cheers to you. Yes.
Cheers
sir.
to Bess Eaton.
Yes, sir.
Bess Eaton, if you'd like to sponsor Breakfast with Ben, you absolutely are more than welcome to. So what's up, dude? Brian Sullivan for 23 years at WBLQ.
Oh yeah, long time, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, so it wasn't WBLQ the whole time, right?
Yes. Oh yes.
It was. What was the name of it? Was it WXRI or something?
No, what it was, we always have been WBLQ.
Okay.
But the numbers, we got 1230 that used to belong to the
I thought it had only
station. We bought it from them.
Okay, I thought that it had only been WBLQ since 2009.
We've had that. Chris had that for a long time. Those letters came from 99.3 in Block Island.
In Block Island, which is why it's which is the block, right?
Yep.
WBLQ.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been 23 years, man, in the radio business.
23 years, yeah. I'll tell you what, I remember when I first started in 1999. Let me tell everybody the story of how that became.
That's 25 years, Brian.
It's got to be, yeah.
That's not 23 years. That's 25
That's
years.
25 now. I didn't realize it, no.
Well, congratulations.
Now, I'm going to tell you the story, and I hope your listeners will. Down at the Riverwalk, which is right down the street from where we are, Paul's Music and More, that was a place that used to be down on the Riverwalk.
I remember it well.
He had a remote going on. Chris was out in front. And he said to Chris, you got to put this guy on me. And I was introduced to Chris. He said, hey, I'm Chris. Would you like to be on the air? And I'm saying, yeah. And if it's good. And he put me on. And then back in the studio when we were down at the bank at 244 Post Road, I taught myself how to do it because I looked over everybody's shoulder. And then I was sitting there one day because my dad was working at BDA at the time, and he would drop me off at the studio. I was sitting at the board. A song comes on. I put it up, and I say, here's Chicago on what was then 88.1. Chris almost drove off the road. He comes back into the studio, and he says, Brian, we didn't give you permission. And he comes to me and he said, you did good. Would you like a job? And I said, yeah, sure. And it's been smooth sailing ever since.
Wow. I didn't realize that you met Chris through the radio. I didn't know the story, and I thought that you had known him like maybe high school or something like that. But
it was the radio, yes.
Wow.
I'll tell you what. You know what he liked? And it's my game shows. He was attached to game shows just like I was.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you all, him and me went to CBS Television City in 2000, 22 years ago, to see The Price is Right while Barker was still hosting the show.
Right.
And you know what I did? I'll tell you what happened, Ben. I clammed up on Phil Wayne, the producer. He did the interviews outside. And I'll tell you, that was a nerve-wracking experience for me. But I kind of snapped out of it, told him everything, and he let me into the building.
Nice.
But it was a good thing, and I liked it. It can't be replicated, though. It will never happen again.
Yeah.
But I was glad to do it while I could.
What do you think about Drew Carey?
I like it. You know, now they're not at Television City anymore. They're in Haven and Glendale now.
Okay.
You know, I'll tell you something. Changes are always made because, you know, everything happens. Hackman bought television refurbishing.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why they're at Haven now. All of the shows that went there, Let's Make a Deal went to Haven. I think Press Your Luck with Banks went to Haven. All of them did.
So you are a big fan of game shows, obviously, and I know that Chris was a big fan of Bob Barker as well. He had the long microphone that he would take everywhere. That was his signature.
Yep. That's the Sony ECM 51. And you know, we still have it. It's hung on the wall.
I heard that it's hung on the wall in the studio.
Right. I'll tell you the story of how we got that.
Okay.
Steve Conti had one of his get-togethers at his house, and he had asked me, he said, "Hey, Brian, would you look online, see if you can find the skinny?" Yeah, and I knew what he wanted.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm in the studio when it was up here, and it was down at 58B. That's where we were at the time. And I found
58B being under Perks.
Under Perks, right?
Okay.
Yep. And I said, I'll look for it. I find it on eBay. I call him up on the phone, and I said, you might want to get it now. It's there. He goes online, he gets it, and then we presented it to him the next day on one of the shows we did. He was like a kid in a candy store. He loved it.
I love that. And what was the name of the mic again?
Sony ECM 51.
Sony ECM
51.
Sony ECM 51.
51. Yep.
Yeah, you can only get them on eBay now. Like it's very rare. And actually there isn't any. Wow, the vintage Sony ECM 51 Bob Barker telescoping condenser microphone is like $1,200 right now.
Yes, it is.
That's crazy. We have a comment here from Amanda Gennaro.
Oh.
Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Amanda. It says, "Love you, Brian."
Oh, thank you.
No love for me though, Amanda. That seems rude. That's hey, listen, I'm just calling it like I see it. All right. I know Amanda, otherwise I would never have made that joke, but I might have. So Brian, I would be remiss if I didn't talk to you about wrestling and I would assume that you want to talk about it from the fact that you are currently wearing a WWE polo as if you work for them and an AEW hat.
And an AEW hat, that's right.
So which do you prefer of the two companies?
Oh, geez, you're putting me on the spot, aren't you?
Yeah.
I like them both. Hey, they're competitors, of course. And, you know, this company to me is the best because I've known it longer. But AEW I like too. I mean, hey, AEW is newer to me.
Well, it's newer to everyone.
Everybody, because hey,
for 5 years.
It's owned by. Excuse me, sorry. It's owned by the father and son team of Shad and Tony Khan.
I don't know that Shad has much to do with it.
Tony does.
Yeah.
Shad is just one of the
money mark.
Primary investors. Yeah. But I like WWE. You know, I'll always follow that to the hilt because I followed it for so many years.
Right.
Yep.
Do you like the new direction that that WWE has gone in without Vince McMahon for the last several years?
Yes, it's gotten better. Hey, they wanted change and they got it.
How do you feel about that? Do you stay current with everything?
I try. Yes, I'll do what I can. I'll look it up if I have to.
All right. How do you feel about the Bloodline reuniting with Sami Zayn coming back in?
I like
and Jey Uso.
They're gonna have, I think, a Survivor Series War Games match between those two factions.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you, so you guys watch it when it comes up this month because it's gonna be a double-decker steel cages, no top on this one.
Right. And by double decker, it's two
Two
rings,
rings, steel-
rings next to each other, not
Yep.
not on top of each
Not on
other.
top. No.
WCW did that 3-tier cage.
Yep. No, actually, you know what that was the Battle of Atlanta between Buzz Sawyer and I can't remember who the other guy was. This is how bad the memory's getting.
Well,
It was Buzz Sawyer, the Battle of Atlanta, Buzz Sawyer, and oh God, I don't know.
I don't know either. Hold on, I'll try to look it up for you. Battle of Atlanta, Bud Sawyer,
and
Abdullah the Butcher.
I don't think so. There was a cage on top of the main one.
Right. Well, there was also, so I remember when I was a kid, they had a Halloween Havoc
They had
House
that
of
electric
Horrors
chair.
match.
That was that.
Well, that was terrible. That was Abdullah the Butcher. I actually was too young for that, but the like right when Hogan went over to WCW, so 94, 95 before the NWO, him and Macho Man faced the Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah.
In like this cage match where there was a cage like in the entranceway, like over to the side.
Yep.
And you had to it was like a House of Horrors match or something, which I think is actually something that WWE called, but like you had to fight through the cage with all of this stuff and then fight out to the ring. And man, at 4 years old, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Looking back, I think it's probably unwatchable, but yeah, that's not what War Games is. War Games is both.
You know who invented that? That actually started.
I do, but I'll let you.
Jim Crockett Promotions.
I do know who invented it, but I'll let you. Yeah,
Dusty Rhodes, baby. I'll tell you. But WWE.
You got a little Dusty Rhodes in you.
I do.
You have a little Dusty
That's
Rhodes
hard
in you.
time. Yes.
Yeah. So who's your favorite wrestler? We'll go each company. Who's your favorite wrestler right now in each company? Current.
Oh God.
Do you have an all-time favorite?
Just about anybody. I can't pick just one. I mean, it's
Have you met some wrestlers?
When I went to Big Time, when it was in Pawtucket, I met Demolition. So nice. I talked to I hope I can say his real name because
sure.
Barry Darso, we talked about it. There's that mean Russian Crusher Khrushchev.
Yeah.
And we talked. I actually have to tell you something. My friend Blaine had the Masked Superstar jacket.
Yeah.
I put it on me. And he was shocked that I had his old ring jacket on. I said, yeah. I liked wearing the ring coat. It was it was fun. I liked that.
Well, I'm sorry.
Bill Eadie.
Bill Eadie, who was Axe in Demolition, is hold on a second. Carlos says my uncle was a wrestler before it became WWE. Carlos, come on the show and talk about that.
Yeah.
Breakfast with Ben is just now a wrestling podcast. I hope everybody's fine with that. When Brian comes in, we'll just talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
So Betty Jo Green says Brian with a bunch of exclamation points. Good morning, Betty Jo.
Hi, Betty Jo. It's good to hear from you.
So the Comanche Kid. Okay, hold on. Let's look up the Comanche Kid.
Let's see who it is. I'm eager to know this.
WWF, the Comanche Kid. Okay. Love it. That's awesome. And he was Chuck Tanner as well.
Boy, we're going way back,
okay,
huh?
Yeah. Paul Orndorff versus Chuck Tanner.
That was it.
1983.
Wow.
Iron Sheik versus Chuck Tanner for in 1983 when Iron Sheik was the champion.
Was it the big green belt he held?
Yeah, I think so. So
I mean, that was ancient, that belt. That was the first one.
So Carlos's uncle was an enhancement talent.
Well, there you go.
Somebody that came in and helped. That's a huge honor.
Thank you very much. Because when they asked
Iron Sheik killed him. That was the point, though. He made Iron. So without people like your uncle, from a theatrical point of view, right, from a storytelling point of view, Carlos, without your uncle getting destroyed by the Iron Sheik,
That's what
the Iron
happened.
Sheik would mean less when Hulk Hogan comes in and beats
him
the
for
Iron
title.
Sheik, and then so you don't have Rock and Wrestling, you don't have
Right.
Cyndi Lauper, you don't have all of those
Right.
things that happened in the 80s that propelled
Right.
this to a worldwide phenomenon. You don't have that stuff if it's not for Carlos Rios' uncle.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have every piece is important
Exactly.
when it comes to stuff like this. So
Thank you. Thank you very much. You gave me something to learn, and that's good. Because I don't know about the past sometimes, and I have to always remember.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so who is your childhood favorite?
Hogan.
Hogan?
Hogan. Oh yeah, absolutely. Hogan's the best. You know, he did a lot in the decades he was part. Now, people might not remember this, but he was managed by Freddie Blassie in the beginning.
Yep.
He would always. Now, if you people don't know, what was Freddie Blassie's words that he would always say? He would always insult the people with it. Yeah, pencil neck geeks.
Yep. Yep. I am really showing how much of a nerd I am in this episode.
Yeah.
I really could have taken the high road and just let Brian get all of the wrestling stuff in, but I'm like, no, I'll go deep. I'll go deep.
Listen, this is your show. I'm just your guest, so I'm just gonna chime in with you if I have to.
Carlos said Jimmy Snuka and the Samoans always came by.
Yep,
I mean,
that's
I
true.
think that's great.
Gotta be true.
Great. Brian.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm in a good mood this morning. Brian, will you acknowledge your tribal chief Roman Reigns? Will you put the one up?
Yes.
I knew he would do it. I knew he would do it. Oh, I love you, Brian.
Thank you.
So, okay. We are having fun this morning, guys. Current favorite wrestler
of today. I will have to go with Seth freaking Rollins.
There you go.
I will have to go with that. Yeah.
Do you like his do you like the outfits that the outlandish outfits that he wears?
Yes.
See, I like it because it's like a modern day Macho Man.
Right.
With with everything that he's doing. But that being said, I kind of miss the plain sort of set, not plain, but the character that he was before he got into all of this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But he still kind of is that, like
yep.
I feel like the character in the ring is that now, and he just still wears goofy ass outfits every day.
Yep.
But Seth Rollins is a great one.
Yes,
do you like his did you like his feud with Big Bronson Reed right now?
Oh golly, yeah. I mean that's they jump off cars and everything. I've seen that.
Yep.
I feel you know who I feel bad for most of all? Poor Adam Pearce has got to keep all this stuff under control on TV. That's tough for him,
Yep. So you really like ringing the bell.
Oh, I do, yeah.
That
started when Brent used to have the matches around here. I would always ask you, if you need somebody, call on me.
Brent Fazaro?
Coach Fazaro, that's right. Yeah.
He used to have matches around here.
Yes, he did.
He used to
with the help from one of the Currys.
Fred Curry.
The father, yes.
Oh, okay, the father.
I'm trying to think, and I can't remember. Fred Curry Sr., I believe it is. I'm trying to think. Because and I always would ask if I could help out them. I do it. I did it for you a couple of times.
You did.
When you had the matches.
You did. I don't generally ever talk about when we used to produce wrestling shows.
You don't? Why not?
I just don't. It's
well, I'm sorry if I brought that up.
It's okay.
I mean, at
this deep into this episode, I think it's fine.
Okay.
But it's because some people roll their eyes at it and stuff, but it was such a, as a matter of fact, I had Nicole in here from the Granite Theater last week, and we were talking about it. Nicole and I both went to the same acting school in New York City.
Yeah.
And we talked about how we got into producing and how we got into directing and all of the stuff that we did. And I was like, one day my old boss that I worked for at Subway. Well, his son,
Mhm.
who was also one of the owners, it was a Shad and Tony Khan situation.
Yep.
He said, I've always wanted to be a wrestler. We used to talk about wrestling together when we were in high school working at Subway. He was like, I in a lot of ways 3-2-1 doesn't exist without wrestling. Let me explain.
Let me listen.
So Doug asked us to he said he was buying a wrestling ring and he wanted to put on a show, and he asked us if we would produce it
Yeah.
because we did theater.
Mhm.
And so I was like, yeah, right, a wrestling show? That's like a dream come true. Okay, yeah, sure. So I did it, and I was like, when we do theater, because we've done theater for years and we did, many, many, many
Mhm.
plays, and I started the children's theater and all of this stuff that we've done in town. Theater is like you go months and months and months,
Mhm.
and then you put on a show for a weekend for like 3 performances, and then you're done. But you've had like 90 days, 6 months of rehearsals,
Yeah.
and then it's over in a weekend.
Mhm.
And the creative process is a ton on the front end, and then it's over, right?
Yep.
Just like that, and you
Yep.
can't do it again. And so what I realized immediately when we produced our first wrestling show was that
Mhm.
the guys and girls are already ready to go,
Yeah.
right? You don't need lines, you don't need any of that
They know
stuff.
what they do.
They know what they do. You can go, this is the story tonight, and they can perform it. And
Mhm.
so it was like having an improv troupe that were great actors, that were great, and sort of I could change the story as I go,
Mhm.
and they didn't need a lot of talking to about that stuff. It was a collaborative process, and then we put up the lights and we perform.
Yep.
And from other than a financial standpoint, we could do the same thing tomorrow.
Yep.
We could do the same thing tomorrow. We could do the same thing next week and tell a completely different story. And there wasn't the 6 months of planning and 3 months of rehearsals to get it done. It was, are you free this day? How much is it going to cost? Okay, this is what I want you to do. And also you could see like the interaction and stuff was great. We tried to start every show. There was a guy named Zachary Pierre Beaulieu
Right.
who was just a
Canadian, right?
yeah, Zach, who was a wonderful guy, but he wanted to do this French Canadian. He was starting to do this French Canadian gimmick, and like we would always start off the show with him.
Yeah.
We would always start off the show with him walking to the ring, talking in his fake French accent, insulting the crowd,
Oh.
and then have some good guy
Yep.
come out and beat him.
Oh.
And it lit up the room every night and like
Beautiful.
set up for a night. And
Yep.
so like that was so much fun to like figure that stuff out. And the guys that we worked with, a lot of them are up at PvP, Pioneer Valley
Mhm.
Pro Wrestling. And Justin Tunis, the Hammer, Justin Tunis. I know you got the
remember.
same nickname. He does an awesome job running that up there. So
There you
if
go.
anybody wants to go see quality wrestling, it's not a far drive to Holyoke to go see them up in Pioneer Valley.
Mhm.
And our friend Blaine, Broadway Joe,
Probably Joe Malcolm, yeah.
Yep, he put on a great show this summer.
Yep.
Getting the USWF back
United
up.
States Wrestling Federation. That's
Yep.
right.
And he was partners with Bill Eadie back in the day, I believe.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
friends with Bill Eadie, Axe from Demolition,
Yep.
the Masked Superstar.
Let me chime in. And the jacket that I was wearing?
Yeah.
He gave it right back to him.
Oh,
so
wow.
Bill's got that jacket back, which is good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
No, but I was just going to say, so the USWF is, doing some stuff, and I don't know what Blaine has coming up or not coming up, but
hopefully this time I get to be a part of it. I was supposed to do stuff with you, but
well, I didn't have anything to do with that. So I didn't have anything to do with it. We had him on the show to promote it,
Yep.
And Steve Conti and I actually
You got awards for the chief.
Yes. So Steve Conti and I got an award for the Chris DiPaolo Community Service Award,
Right.
which was very, very nice and an honor.
I have to say, I'm glad they honored him because he definitely did a lot around here with everybody lives that he touched.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I thought a lot. I still think about him today in my heart and in my mind.
Of course you do.
Let me tell you something. It's really, I used to do every remote on this road with him every time I'd be called out to duty. So I miss you, my brother. I've got my friends here that I have today. It goes for you too, Benny.
Well, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I talk to people all the time that just talk about how much they miss Chris.
I hear the beeping.
That's Calvin saying hello. Hey, Calvin.
Hi, Calvin.
We got Brent Fazzaro chiming in that says the champ is here.
Hi, Coach.
Brent, I think spoke very briefly about wrestling once, and you had talked about Fred Curry and stuff. Like, why are we not doing a show? Why are we not doing a wrestling show? We'll talk about it later. And Carlos said the man of wrestling is Brent Fazzaro.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
As if Coach Fazzaro and I needed another thing to bond over. So anyway, what's up, dude? What else you want to talk about?
I think I've just said all that I have to say, buddy.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for being here, Jay Christopher, from it's Chris Sofer. I just realized
Jay Bradbird is my
Jay Bradbird. I just realized that there's no T in your middle name.
I'm gonna close this.
Close
show.
however you want.
Thank you. This is Brian Sullivan for Ben Barber reminding you to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Brian.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. I want to say the Nick All-Stars will be at the Knickerbocker on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Get your tickets right now. That will be a huge event. They're going to have Alexis Lee, who you might know from Hot 106, used to be Hot 106. That's a whole other story. She will be there. Arthur Miliazza, the incredible pianist, will be joining them. So much stuff going on over there. So check out nickmusic.org. And we will see you guys. And also, I'll see you tonight. There is, if you're in downtown and you want to go to Mystic Chamber of Commerce's business after hours, it's going to be at Surf Cantina tonight from 5 to 7, I believe. Excuse me. And the Ocean Community Chamber and Charlestown Community Chamber of Commerce will be doing a business after hours at the General Stanton Inn on Route 1 in Charlestown. So great opportunities there to network. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but D&V Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact D&V Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. D&V Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Duns Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Duns Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Brunch has arrived at Surf Cantina every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't miss our weekly specials like Monday Night Industry Night, Taco Tuesday with DJ Trivia, $1 Wing Wednesdays, Reggae Thursdays, DJs every weekend at 10 p.m. and karaoke on Sundays at 8. Only at Surf Cantina, 15 Canal Street in downtown Westerly.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.